just because you may not be where somebody else is doesn't mean that you can't get to that point. And just because you may be at that point and you see that others aren't where you are doesn't mean that you can't be back where they are.
What you say? You know how to go and get a bag, don't you? You know how to make a bitch mad, don't you? Make your ex wanna get it back. That's a fact. Say it louder for the bitches in the back. Hey.
I know how to go and get it back.
What's up, YouTube? It's Marlyn back on it again. I know I haven't posted in a couple of days. I've been busy handling stuff, so today I will be doing Motivational Monday. So every Monday I'll dedicate to a video, basically just motivational. Today I have chosen to discuss remaining humble because I feel like that's an important topic, especially when it comes to our generation. You know, we're surrounded by people who have money, fancy clothes, fancy cars, nice houses. And so it can get a little, what's the word? You know, we can feel a little discouraged when we see other people with stuff that we want or feel like we need to have just because they have those type of things. And also, you know, even like people around us, you know, they may make more money than us, or they may have a car and we don't have a car, or they may have the newest iPhone and we're, you know, little stuff like that. But it's also important to remember that you have to remain humble through everything. And, you know, growing up, I had a good childhood until I got a little older. You know, struggled a little bit and homeless for a little while. And, you know, I've also had the other side where, you know, I had my own car. But, you know, watching other people have better or have more can be discouraging. And, you know, it kind of will make you feel like, well, when is it going to be my turn? Or when can I have what they have? And it's important to just remember that at the end of the day, everyone succeeds at different times. Everyone has their moments where they're down and out and struggling. And then also we have our moments when we're doing pretty good in aspects in our life. So it's just important to remember that no matter what stage of your life you're in right now, that just to remain humble, because just because you may not be where somebody else is doesn't mean that you can't get to that point. And just because you may be at that point and you see that others aren't where you are doesn't mean that you can't be back where they are. You know, it's always important to remember that just as quickly as you can get something, God can take you from you just like that if you don't remain humble. And so it's just important to just remember that everyone goes through things. Everybody struggles. Everybody has their down moments. Everybody may not have anything at one point in time, but that doesn't mean that they're not worth anything or that they need to be looked down upon just because you may be ahead of them, or you may have more than them, or whatever the case may be. Because like I said, just as quickly as you may get that, it can be taken from you if you don't have a positive attitude behind everything that you have. So I just think that's very important when it comes especially to this generation, because with social media being so big and having such a big impact on us, you know, we want what everyone else got. We want the designer clothes and the new shoes that come out and the iPhone X or whatever iPhone is out right now. We want all of that because we see other people with that. But in reality, when we die, none of that is gonna matter. It's not gonna matter that you had the newest shoes that came out, or that you had the best iPhone that they have out right now, or that you have the best car driving that is around. It doesn't matter, because when you die, you're not buried with any of that. So it's like, at the end of the day, what are you really chasing? What do you really want? What are your goals? You know, if you were given $1 million tomorrow, what would you use that money on? You know, so it's like, it's just very important to remember at the end of the day that it's okay to struggle. It's okay to go through things. It's okay to experience the downs in life, because without those, it really doesn't build our character. It doesn't help us with anything. It doesn't teach us anything. It's just very important to remain grateful, because there are people who are out here who have it worse than what you have. Even if you feel like you don't have anything, it's very important to remember that through your everyday life, as well as to know that it's not going to be bad forever. It's not going to rain forever. And as long as you remain positive through everything that you're experiencing and everything that you're going through, that it will get better. And I'm not saying that, you know, you pray and you hope and then tomorrow you're going to wake up with $10,000 deposited in your bank account with a nice car outside. No, everything takes time. And it's very important to not only remain humble, but to remain patient, because you're not going to get somewhere maybe as fast as someone else did. And you may get somewhere quicker than someone else did. So it's, you know, it's all about just knowing that God has a timing for everything. God has a plan for everybody. And just because you may see somebody ahead of you doesn't mean that that can't be you. So, I don't know. It's just, it can get hard. I get it. You know, I struggle too sometimes. Like, dang, I wish I could have a nice car, or I wish I could go cash out one on whatever I want to. But I just have to remember that at the end of the day, as long as I remain humble and do what I gotta do, make sure my bills are paid, make sure my son is taken care of, that eventually I'll get to that point in my life where I can look back and say, I'm glad that I went through the struggles, because now I can actually be happy and live comfortable and live stably. So, you know, that's pretty much it. You know, you could go on and on talking about this topic, but those are just some of my opinions. You know, at the end of the day, I pray for anybody who feels like it's not getting better, or they feel like they're failing, or they haven't accomplished anything. Just keep going, keep your head up, and just remain positive, because it can always be worse and it'll always get better. So comment, like, subscribe, share, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below.